are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim, and today we get two games in the NHL playoffs. We get two games in the NBA playoffs. One's a closeout game. Right?
Possibly both could be closeout games. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah, they're both potential
They
closeout
could both
games.
possibly be closeout games. I think one of them
Both
closes out
three-
tonight.
Both 3-1 series, yeah. And then we have a normal baseball slate as well to get into afterwards. So, but before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. One right, one wrong in the world of sports betting. Let's get up. There we go. All right. In the world of MLB, went 3-6, down 1.44 units. Tigers first five, loser. I wish I rebet the Cincinnati Reds first five after the pitching change, but I didn't. It is what it is, though. Boston, Atlanta over 9.5 was rather easy. Chicago first five. Of course, they tied up in the sixth. They had bases loaded in the bottom of the fifth and strand them, which is fun.
They were frustrating in general yesterday.
Yeah. San Diego, Minnesota over 9 was a loser. LA, Milwaukee over 9.5 was a loser. Houston money line was a winner. Miami first five money line was a winner. Lost by the hook on San Francisco, team total over 4.5. They went 4-1 in the full game over lost as well. So frustrating end tonight there. But luckily for me, the other sports took care of business and eliminated anything that the MLB did to me. The NBA 2-0 plus 1.20 units. I almost bet the Sixers money line at plus 255. I end up not pulling the trigger on it. But I did have the Nuggets first half minus 2.5 and the Nuggets full game minus 5.5. I could have trifected the Nuggets and would have hit them all. But the Nuggets take care of business. I think they slammed the door in game 6 in Phoenix. Similar to, I believe, that the Sixers slammed the door game 6 in Boston. Oh no, they're in Philadelphia game 6. They're in Philadelphia game 6. Yeah, I think that series is I think both those series could be done next game. And the NHL was a great night, specifically the later game. But the early game, I split out and was up 0.01 units. I had the Devils -1, which you don't really have to be a rocket scientist to know that was not the play. And the over 5.5 won as well. And then and for the final game, the Dallas Stars first period was a winner. The Dallas Stars full game was a winner, and the over 5.5 was a winner. So 3-0 on the late game. That was really nice. Overall went 4-1 in the NHL, up 3.01 units. So between the NBA and the NHL went 6-1, up 4.21 units. Overall 9-7, up 2.77 units. So far this month, 74, 73, and 1, down 3.38 units. But definitely after a really bad couple of days, it's nice to see one in the win column there.
Really bad couple of days. I mean, the site has had, I think, 2 negative days all month. One of them was minus 0.35. The other one was 4.75 units. I will quickly say since May 1st, so since the turn of the new month, we are up 18.47 units on the site. So it's been a really, really good run that we've been on, including a really good night last night. And for all the people who call me crazy for certain run line, puck line type deals, they all worked out in my favor yesterday. Detroit plus 171 was a loser. They lose 2-0. I'll probably be back on them today. Under in the Baltimore game, 4-2 final. That one was looking scary for a while because it was 4-1 in the fourth. But that Orioles pitching staff and their bullpen was solid yesterday. Took care of business. They won 4-2. Over in the Toronto game, thank you for talking me off of Toronto money line in general, Nick, for the site. Because we got the over as the Phillies won 8-4.
I wanted to bet Philly. I just didn't. I don't know why.
It is what it is. I should have bet the Philly run line. But anyways, over in the Reds game was a winner. Mets lose 7-6. Scherzer went out yesterday. like an hour before game time. So it is what it is. Meatball Peterson gave up a bunch of runs, and Mets couldn't come back from that one. One of the things that worked out well yesterday, we didn't take the Devils money line. We took them puck line, plus 182. We lost a plus money instead of losing a minus 130. So
well, that play was going to be a puck line regardless.
Or was that a minus 140, 150?
Yeah, it was minus 145.
Anyways, we at least got the over so that we were at least profitable on that Hurricanes game. For every $100 better, you made $1 on that game. Let's get it. Plus 101 for the over 5.5. The gift that keeps on giving is the A's overs, and we're going to be right back on it today. 10-5 Yankees last night. This is an A's staff that is the worst in baseball. Broke even on the Red Sox game as the over hit, but the Red Sox did not. Once again, the under in the Boston game was a loser. I just couldn't bet Philly because I'll be on them game 6. I'll be on them game 6 for sure at home. So we'll go with that. The over in the Brewers game, the Dodgers put up 6 runs. Brewers put up 2. Loser there. Once again, instead of laying the minus 120, 130, I grabbed the run line for the Cubbies. They lost outright, so I only had to pay plus 100 juice instead of plus 125. So happy with that. How about the real puck line that Nick didn't want me to put up, but I put it up anyway? Dallas, plus 197. Nice casher there as they win 6-3. Also had the over, which the Dallas Stars did by themselves. We had the Astros, plus 127. Nice winner there. And last but not least, the Denver Nuggets, led by Mr. MVP, Nikola Jokic, and Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown
put up 118 points on the Phoenix Suns as they win by 16 points. Yes, Bruce Brown was the second highest scorer on that on the Nuggets last night. Nikola Jokic with his 10th career playoff triple-double, which now ties him for the most triple-doubles by a center in NBA history. And he's only 28. But I think by the end of his career, with his probably eventually 3 or 4 MVPs, hopefully a couple of championships, he's going to be crowned one of the best centers of all time. Really good day for us. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 6 up 5.09 units. Once again, up 18.47 since May 1st on a nice little run. Very happy, and we'll go back to the chat, say hi, and we'll start capping some games, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
This very, very smart, intelligent person, Tim Earle, he said first. Crystal Craig came in second. Joseph says, sup. What's up, Joseph? Morning. Good morning, Crystal. Morning, gentlemen. Morning, Untouchable. What a happy Corbin day. Yeah, we split out on it because we had the over and San Fran run line. It is what it is. Giants minus 1.5 and Nuggets minus 4.5. 2-teamer, never in doubt. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Good morning, fellas. I had a tough go yesterday. Let's get some money back today. Let's get it. Morning. I have a good strat. Dodgers and Brewers are horrible at hitting lefties. Let's go under. Okay. Good morning, fellas. We already had that one. Good morning. I love the Yankees. Team total today. Moeller will get crushed. I like the over in general, so sure. And I'm half tempted. What's the line on that game for the wrong line, actually? That'll be the first game we talk about. It's a minus 115, maybe not. Time to run it back on the slacker Oilers tonight. Oilers puck line, anytime goal scorer, Draisaitl. Oilers money line, anytime point, Bouchard. Also with some Draisaitl, McDavid, multi-goal scorers. I could see it. I'm on Vegas for the series. I could see the Oilers winning tonight.
Edmonton's a slam dunk spot. It's my favorite play today.
It's a do damage spot. Mula making money. Mula making Wednesday. Good luck, everyone. Good luck today, gents. Let's get it, Sean. Real quick before we jump into the NHL, here's some college baseball for you guys. ECU minus 140, Pittsburgh plus 135, Clemson minus 125. Those are. I know I gave out on Sunday. I think I went slightly down, but I didn't get to hit any of my big plus $2. I hit a couple of nice ones, but Let's get some college baseball in. Anyways, let's jump into some NHL. And what I want, you got. I'm sorry. Leafs are minus 115 against the Panthers, 6.5. Is this the end of the Leafs series, Nick? Season, I should say. Be right back.
One thing we haven't had is a team get swept so far this playoff. So I think maybe Toronto wins this game. But here's what they need. They need some production from the players that combine make about a quarter of your bankroll. Your four players that make 11 million, almost 11 million, and about 7 million need to produce here. Because one thing that we have seen is between Matthews, Nylander, Tavares, and Marner, they have combined for 0 goals. 0 goals from your 4 core players that are making a lot of money. That's why the Maple Leafs are down 3-0. That's why this team has no success in the playoffs, because those players are soft. They suck. They're not built for the playoffs. That being said, it's an elimination game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm only playing the over 6.5 in this game. I want nothing to do with the side. I backed the Maple Leafs all 3 games in the series, and I have no interest in doing it tonight. And we have the Maple Leafs coming in. They're going to have Joseph Woll most likely as their goaltender. And they're going up against Sergei Bobrovsky, who has been absolutely phenomenal these playoffs, specifically in this series. But I took the over 6.5 because I expect empty netters at the end. Because if the Maple Leafs are losing, they're going to be pulling their goalie earlier. And hopefully, we can get one of their 4 players that make almost $46 million combined. So almost about half your cap to score a goal for once in this series. So the only way the Leafs win this game is if Nylander, Tavares, Matthews, or Marner actually wake up, because they're non-existent at all. So for me, I'm on the over 6.5 in this spot. I'm no interest in the side.
If I'm going after a side, I'm grabbing the Leafs, and I'm grabbing them puck lined at plus $2. But no, I'm not touching this game. I have my ticket for the Leafs to win the cup, which is dead. Because there's no chance that Florida blows the series.
They'd be they're trying to become the 5th team in NHL history to win.
But I will say, Leafs plus 640 to win the series. Kidding. You can get parlay that with the Devils at plus 535. Anyways, I
think tonight may be the end of the line for the Leafs. The one thing that
they'll end up losing it in Toronto.
Yeah, I was gonna say the one thing they do have going for them is they're 3-1 on the road this postseason, and road teams have generally been really strong this postseason.
Yeah, I have no problem. If I'm taking a shot with them, I'm taking plus $2 on the puck line. Time ECU plays. What time does ECU play? I believe it's 6. That'd be 3 o'clock. They play at 3 o'clock today. Cool. Love betting on ECU baseball. Me too. Hopefully they win today. 2 bets I have placed so far. Heat closing out the series tonight, and the Lakers minus 6.5. I'm on both. Lean towards the Leafs. Yes. Florida is way more tougher. Toronto is... Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, they are.
Panthers even money. I could see it. Good morning, ESB. Good morning, Nathan. Sounds like the usual Leafs we've known since Matthew Marner Nylander era.
Yep.
Over 2 first period. I can see it. Maple Laughs, sorry. Sprinkle on the draw again. If I'm betting it, I'm taking $2 on the
Yes, actually, the draw is not a bad option, even though I'm kind of hoping for empty netters to help this over. Every single one of Toronto's road games this postseason have gone into overtime.
There you go. Be interested. to parlay all 4 of those Leafs players who haven't scored to not score tonight. I would be on the opposite side. I would want to take all of them to record a point tonight. There's something wrong with A's first 5. Yeah, the A's suck. Is that what you needed to hear? A's suck. A's Yankees over. Yes. White Sox Royals over. Sure. How about your second game, which I know me and you differ on the series. We agree on this game, though. Edmonton is a minus 180 at home against the Golden Knights. 6.5 is a total. As you guys know from one of my probably a couple I've mentioned a couple times, I have the Golden Knights to win the cup from before the playoffs started, 12-1. So I'm going to keep taking my shots with them, not this game. Nick, explain why.
Well, I'm following a trend here, and I may want to look deeper into this trend to see if it can apply with totals as well. But when a team has lost I just found this trend yesterday. I actually bet it. I bet one game according to it yesterday, and the other game I should have bet it according to this trend yesterday. I bet a few days earlier, and I didn't realize until after. But look at teams that lose by 3+ goals the previous game. They went 12-5 in the first round. So far, they're 4-1 in the second round. This would apply to the Oilers today, the Devils tomorrow, and the Kraken tomorrow. So I'm gonna be on the Devils and the Kraken tomorrow. But yeah, this is a slam dunk spot for me. I think the Oilers win this game comfortably, and I think this is the best bet on the board today. Oilers -1. I got it at -122. I also got the team total over 3.5 at $1.45. I know that one's a little juicy, but the Oilers are going to score goals today. If you want to look at props, it's the same 3 names: Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, Evan Bouchard. If you want to get a little bit creative, Zach Hyman's not a bad option. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is not a bad option. I think they score goals today. I think this is a high-scoring, maybe like a 5-3 type of Edmonton win. So I'm looking at that a little bit here. So I'm on the Oilers -1, my favorite bet of the day, and the team total over 3.5 for Edmonton as well.
So is this something you'd want to double up on and grab Edmonton puck line and the over?
No. If I'm doubling up on the side, I'm just putting up 2 puck lines. But no, I'm not. Because I can easily see this being 4-2 Edmonton.
Yeah, true.
And they buckle down a little bit defensively.
Scratch that. If you want over 6.5, it's -137.
Nope, I'm good.
Yeah, I gave you the puck line. You're welcome. Hello, my friend. Hello, Markel. LA versus Philly will cash the final spot. It's a weird way of saying Denver, but okay.
Denver, Philly.
Denver, Philly, Equinus. Well, let's head to one of the games, Nick.
Yeah. Head over to the NBA here. Miami and New York. We have Miami Heat up 3-1 in the series. The Knicks 3.5-point favorites in this game. Total of 209. In the NBA, I bet the later game. I hammered the later game. I didn't really get to too much in this game. We have this line opened up at a 3.5. It did get up to a 4 at one point. Now it's back down to a 3.5. Has moved 2 cents towards the next direction. And then we have total opened up at 209.5, and it's gone down 2 cents towards the under. It's 208.5. It's -108 for the over 209.5. And we have 60% of the tickets, 64% of the cash is on the Heat, and the line did get up to 4 at one point, and it came back down to a 3. I think the Knicks may force an extra game here. We have 76% of the tickets, 68% of the cash is on the under. The line moved 2 cents towards the under. I'm kind of thinking the Knicks early is a decent look. What was the score of last game? They didn't get blown out last game.
No, it was not double digits.
No, it was an 8-point game.
Yeah.
I think I ride out one more time with the Knicks first half, because the Knicks first half has been really good this year. That's my lean in this game. I don't know if I'm going to bet it. I'm more interested in the Golden State LA game.
This is your closeout game tonight. One of the 2 of these games are closing out, and this is the one. And when it comes to spreads, I think the spread has mattered in 3 or 4 games this postseason. It doesn't matter. I'm taking the Heat outright plus 150. This is just a Heat team that caught fire at the right time, and they look dangerous. And I'm not interested in fading Bulls legend playoff Jimmy Butler. He has been outstanding, and whoever the Heat play in the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm sorry, Nick, I'm taking the Heat to win that series. And if I were you, what did you get on the Sixers to win the East?
I got. It'll be 2 seconds.
Because if the Sixers are versus the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, you could probably get plus 170, plus 180 with the Heat, and that's where I would end up going. Because this Heat team looks really good.
Let's see. If I could type quicker on my phone, that'd be cool.
It's all good.
I got plus 450 for the Eastern Conference, 10-1 for the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I would. If I were you, if the Heat make it through, the Sixers would be favorites, and I think they would be pretty massive favorites.
And they take care of them.
I don't know about that. Especially
Like I can see that in both the NBA and the NHL. We have 2 nice stories with Miami and Florida, but when they run into potentially Philadelphia and Carolina in the conference finals, I think those teams take care of business.
I think the Heat have a shot to make the finals. I don't think they win the finals. Obviously, you know who I think wins the finals, but I don't think they. Or if anything, I think they're betting the Miami Heat every single game of the series versus either Boston or Philly will be profitable, because I think that one goes at least 7 games, or not at least 7 games, 6 or 7 games. I don't see that one as a blowout, especially after Philly and Boston went after each other for a while. Because if Boston,
I can maybe see Miami game 1. I mean, I can maybe see Miami game 1, but I think Philly wins the series.
All right. I like Miami Heat at this point, but yeah, I mean, LA and Philly, no. AD and LeBron and Zed Bode. That's fantastic. Nuggets and 6. Tap the Rockies money line. I kind of like Pittsburgh. I like the Knicks tonight money line, and then they go back to Miami, and they would close out 4-2. I got the Heat at plus 150. I'll ride with that. Heat plus 150. Yep. Rodriguez and Kelly both over strikeouts. Sure, why not? Out of the teams I see making adjustments mid-game, I think the Heat are the best at it. They 100%. Panthers money line. No. They could be down 20.5 and still make a run. Correct. That's what makes them so dangerous. Metropolitans. No. Why are you betting the Mets? Why? We'll head to this game, Nick, which I know, wow, it's moved up that much.
I
typed it up.
You typed it up. I got 7.
Oh, I saw 7.5, I guess, when I typed it out. Anyways, we'll go to this one, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Golden State Warriors hosting the Los Angeles Lakers here. The Lakers up 3-1 in this series. And they are 7.5-point dogs in this game. Total 226.5 in this one. I've hammered this game. Straight up here, I got the Warriors trifecta. I went first quarter, first half, full game for the Warriors today. And looking at it, let's take a look at where the line has moved in this one. This line opened up at a 5.5. It's now up to a 7. So the line's moved a 1.5 towards the Warriors. We have 59% of the tickets, 80% of the cash is on the Warriors. So big bets coming in on the Warriors here. And then it opened up at a 226.5. It's dropped down to a 226. And then we have 51% of the tickets, 52% of the cash is on the over. So slightly towards the under. I don't really care about the total. I'm slamming the Warriors here. This is the same vibes as the Nuggets last night. Warriors in a rout. Grab your alternative lines, your minus 14.5, your minus 19.5. I think they win this game by 20 plus.
I think that, I think the Warriors still have a shot in this series. I think the most difficult game for them will be game 6 if they make it that far. Warriors at home, I'm not going against. Although, here's the deal, Warriors. You can't get beat by Lonnie Walker IV and Austin Reeves. It cannot happen. It cannot happen. Losing to LeBron and AD, fine. When they're the big components, fine. You cannot lose to Lonnie Walker IV and Austin Reeves. It just doesn't work that way. You can't. I think they crushed tonight. I took them plus, 340 to win the series. I'll grab them tonight, thinking that they win this game, and I'll probably be on the Lakers in game 6. Because this is still a Warriors team that is awful on the road. And as crazy as it sounds, a team that I was crapping on, thinking I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs, could be fighting and be 4 wins away from a finals with the Lakers, which they made a lot of moves over the trade deadline. They did a great job there. I think the Lakers have been on a really good run. Just wait until the Western Conference Finals when you play Jokic. Anyways, I like the Golden State Warriors tonight. I got them -7. But I still think it's either Golden State in 7 or it's Lakers in 6. So we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah.
What are Miami numbers versus right-handers? Right-hand pitching. I believe they're better against lefties this year. But I'm not 100.
I need to start adding those numbers into my handicap, how they hit the certain pitching.
We know what you meant, Nathan. I'm not betting them. What are Cleveland's numbers versus left-handed pitching, like strikeout percentage? I don't know off the top of my head. We don't have all those numbers up. We really don't use those types of numbers for our capping. So it is what it is. Speaking about baseball, Nick, do you want to start heading to the diamond?
Yeah, why not? We have early game here, right?
Yeah.
This game goes off at 12:35.
Yeah, four games that either start at anywhere from 12:35 to 1:40.
Gotta love it. Gotta love morning baseball. We get the Colorado Rockies and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Antonio Senzatella and Dick Mountain is your pitching matchup here. Let's get up my baseball numbers here, my line movements on this, because I'm currently still on the basketball page. Let's load up the baseball page. There we go. Oh, wow. This line opened up yesterday at -171, and it's dropped 41 cents towards the Colorado Rockies. If you like the Rockies, you may have missed your line.
Mm-hmm.
Line opened up at a 9, and it's now an 8.5. It was a 9 juice towards the under. Now it's an 8.5 juice towards the over. So not a crazy line movement there. We may see it go down half a run, but the juice makes it look like a little bit less of a line movement here. We have 53% of the tickets and 59% of the cashes on the Pirates, but the lines move towards the Rockies. Really, most of the line movement was within 7 minutes of the line opening, where it went from 171 to 155. Since the 155, it has dropped another 25 cents though. 25 cents though. So massive line movement there, which makes me have no interest in Pittsburgh whatsoever. We have 75% of the tickets, 78% of the cashes on the under. The lines moved slightly towards the under. I really don't see a reason to get involved with this game. It'd be leaning towards Colorado. Let's take a look at what these two pitchers have done so far this season, and then I'll pass it on to Tim because I don't think I'm getting involved in this one here. Senzatella 0-1, but with a 1.8 ERA, 0.8 WHIP. He's pitched, I think, one start so far this year. He pitched against the Mets in that 1-0 game. He gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits and 5 innings pitched, and that was enough for him to lose the game. Rich Hill 3-3 with a 4.54 ERA, coming in off a start where he gave up 4 runs on 8 hits against the Toronto Blue Jays. Previous to that, he had been really good. He hadn't given up having given up more than 2 earned runs in 4 straight starts. 2 earned runs against the Nationals, no earned runs against the Reds, 1 earned run against the Rockies, and 2 earned runs against the Astros. So he had actually been pretty good. I think the under is live in this game. You can get the first 5 under 4.5 at even money. But I'm not getting involved in this game.
Yeah, I gave out Pittsburgh run line last night in my balling out, so I can't really go against that now. Although at this point I kind of lean towards Colorado after seeing where all the money is. I think everybody's just judging Rich Hill, which Rich Hill has actually been okay this year. He had 1 start against Chicago earlier in the season where he struggled. And then last 2 starts he given up 4 and 2, but previous to that 0, 1, 2. Like, he's been a solid enough pitcher this year to get wins, and I think that he could be able to shut down Colorado. He has faced them already once this year in Colorado. Gave up 1 earned run, 2 walks, 6 hits in 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, and a 14-3 win. I could easily see Pittsburgh winning this game by multiple. And the big thing for me in this one, you know, another reason why, Nick, the line's probably moved a lot. Look at last night's game. 10-1 Colorado.
Makes me like Colorado more.
Makes me like Pittsburgh. After they just got blown to pieces last night.
I actually want to take a look at what those numbers are if you get blown out by the same team the previous night. Because I think I've seen a few people bring out that where if you get blown out against the same team the previous night, you back the team that won the previous night. But if you get blown out against a team and you play a different team the next night, you back the team that got blown out. Yeah. I think that's the way the trend goes. Is you look to back the team that got their ass kicked if you're playing a different team.
We'll have to look that up and figure that one out. But I like the Pirates in this one after they got absolutely blown to pieces. And you can get plus money for their run line. But
yeah, just because it's a 12:35 game does not mean you have to get involved.
We get some Dick Mountain. My bad, Tim. Yeah, okay, Joe. I did catch a 3-teamer yesterday. Marlins, Giants, Mariners. There you go. I wish we grabbed the Mariners. Dick Mountain. Yes, Dick Mountain. I'll ride with Dick Mountain, raise the Jolly Roger. Have fun. I like him too. Let's head to this one, Nick, and this one's a pretty simple game for me.
Yeah, we have this game opened up, we have the Yankees who are minus 235 favorites. Now the line's moved up, and then a total of 9.5. Line opened up at minus 225 for the Yankees. It's minus 235 now. And on the total wise, the line opened up at a 9.5 even money. It's gone up 6 cents towards the over. It's now minus 106. Let's take a look at what these pitchers have done so far this year. Kyle Mueller, 1-2 with a 6.62 ERA, 1.94 whip. He's coming in off a start against Kansas City where he gave up 5 earned runs on 8 hits. Previous to that, he gave up 1 earned run on 5 hits against the Reds. But previous to that, 4 earned runs, 6 earned runs, 6 earned runs. So definitely has been getting smacked around a little bit. Brito on the other side gave up 4 earned runs in his last start on 6 hits against the Rays. But previous to that, he's not been terrible. He got lit up against the Twins in 0.2 innings, that game where he gave up 7 earned runs in less than an inning. But other than that, he's held their opponents down to less than 3 earned runs in every other start except for the last one. I can see the Yankees hitting Mueller here a little bit. We have 79% of the tickets, 73% of the cash is on the Yankees. The lines move 10 cents towards the Yankees. And we have 85% of the tickets and 92% of the cash is on the over, and the lines move towards the over. But I feel like we should, it's the Oakland Athletics overs, right?
Yep.
That's kind of where we're going for this one. So
yep.
I know it's an early morning game. I'll grab the over 9.5 here at minus 106.
I was able to get it at even money. It's Oakland Athletics, and it's Oakland on the road. That's been a heavy over team this year. I was very tempted to go Yankee run line as well, thinking that the Yankees put up a crap ton. The best line I can get on that is minus 115. So that's not really something I'm interested in going after. But I think the Yankees put up a bunch of runs versus the Oakland Athletics pitching staff. And I think that Oakland could put up 3 or 4 by themselves. I think this one goes way over the total.
Yeah, I'm not really trustworthy of Burrito as a minus 250 favorite either.
No. But I'm not taking Oakland, not by any stretch of the imagination.
But I mean, there's no way the big bad Yankees lose this game, right?
I mean, they definitely could.
But can we call this game what it is? It's a bum fight. It's 2 last place teams.
Yeah, it is a bum fight. Anyways, yeah, it's over or nothing, 100%. Pirates cannot score. They have struggled scoring since the start of their losing streak. 2-1-1-2-0-2-1-2-1. So maybe a team total under for the Pirates could be in play. But we'll see. Leafs first period, can't trust the full game. Fair. Leafs are the Cowboys of the NHL. That could not be more true. Johnny Brittle, over or nothing. Yeah, it's over or nothing. We're taking the over. I have interest in this game, Nick.
Me too.
Cool.
We have the Cleveland Guardians and the Detroit Tigers. Whoa. I just looked at the money splits for this game. Maybe I might not have as much of an interest, but we'll get into it here. This line opened up at minus 135 for the Guardians. It's now down to a 108, so a 27-cent line movement towards the Tigers, which makes sense when you look at the money, which we'll get into in just a second. Line opened up at a 7.5, and it's down to a 7. It was 7.5 minus 120. Now it's 7.5 minus 130 for the over, or it's 7 minus 130. 71% of the tickets, 69% of the cash is on the over. The line's moved half a run towards the under. 71% of the tickets, 89% of the cash is on the Tigers. The line's moved towards the Tigers. We have Rodriguez for the Tigers versus Peyton Battlefield. Rodriguez has been awesome this year. 3-2 record, but a 1.81 ERA and a 0.78 WHIP. On the other side, Battlefield 0-3 with a 4.07 ERA, 1.19 WHIP. Rodriguez coming in off of a start where he gave up no earned runs on 2 hits and 8 innings pitched against the Mets. He's given up 0 or 1 earned run in 5 straight starts. And then on the flip side, Battlefield coming in off of a decent performance as well. 2 earned runs and 2 hits in 7 innings pitched against the Twins. 3 earned runs in his previous start before that, and 3 hits in 2 innings pitched against the Red Sox, which I believe that was cut down by rain, if I'm not mistaken, because he only had 45 pitches in the game. But looking at this spot for me, one thing does have my attention. It's a little bit of a low. It's a little bit of a low total. You're getting plus money though. I like the first 5 under in this game. I think we continue to see Rodriguez pitch well. I also lean towards the first 5 under a 1.5 team total with the Cleveland Guardians here. And I'm actually going to play that here. I'm going to play the Guardians team total under 1.5 as well. Rodriguez has been phenomenal. He hasn't given up more than 1 earned run in 5 straight starts. And we're getting a decent price on it here. Minus 105 for the Guardians team total under 1.5 first 5 full game, or first 5 under 3.5 for the total here. I'm going to grab both those here for Guardians Tigers.
I just want to grab Rodriguez. And the fact that the line's moved
the best way to do that is back the under.
Huh?
I think the best way to do that is back the under.
No, I'm going to do it by backing the Tigers. He's been fantastic, and the line is smooth. I believe they went from a dog to a favorite, correct?
Correct.
All right, there you go. I like the Tigers today. I'm able to get them minus 101. I wish I got him plus money last. I gave him out plus money last night on Ballin' Out. Why are we hesitating? This is a Tigers team that's been playing some good baseball lately. and I'm going to keep on backing them. Let's grab the Detroit Tigers, minus 101 today. You like it?
Yeah, I mean, I took the Guardians' first 5 team total under, so I definitely lean Tigers in this game. I like the under better. That's just my thought. So I like the under better.
Here, we'll put up both. We'll put up the Tigers and the under. Let's roll.
All
right. Going to go to the chat real quick.
Yeah. How profitable would you be if you bet the Panthers to win both series so far? Pretty good.
Yeah,
they were plus 140 against the Leafs, plus 2 something against the Bruins. Pass. I don't like AL Central games. Completely fair.
I don't either, but still.
Yeah. Then let's move on. We have the LA Dodgers taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Dodgers minus 160 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line movement in this one here, as we have Clayton Kershaw and Wade Miley. The line opened up at minus 151. It's now up to minus 158, so a 7-cent line movement towards those Dodgers. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's now down to an 8. So the line has dropped half a run here. 85% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on the Dodgers. The line's moved towards the Dodgers. And we have 91% of the tickets, 96% of the cash is on the over, and the line's moved towards the under in this game, which is interesting, which makes me think that the under is the look. Maybe we get a little bit of sleepy daytime action here. Clayton Kershaw 5-2 this year with a 2.53 ERA, 0.98 WHIP. He's coming in off of a start against the Padres, where he did get hit a little bit, so maybe he bounces back after a performance where he gave up 4 runs, 5 hits, walked 5 batters. 5 batter walks. That's a lot for Kershaw in 4 2/3 innings pitch, when previous his highest amount of walks is 2. So I think he bounces back in this start. Wade Miley, on the other hand, has been quietly decent this year. He gave up 3 earned runs and 6 hits in 6 innings pitched in his last start. Granted, that was at Coors Field, so that's not bad. Previous to that, he's only given he's limited the opponent to 2 earned runs or less in 4 of his 5 starts. So he's been really strong this year as well, which makes me think the under is the play, and that's where I'm going to go for this game. I'm going to grab the first 5 under. I can get a 4 at minus 110.
I like the Milwaukee Brewers at plus like 148. Wade Miley has been solid. And this is I know the Brewers haven't looked all that good lately. Wade Miley has been a really good arm on this team. And Clayton Kershaw, don't get me wrong, Clayton Kershaw is one of the greats and all that good stuff. I don't necessarily want to be backing him right now. He did get hit up his last start, but he has been pretty solid this year in general. But I want to go after the Brewers and Wade Miley, getting some nice plus money at home. Around plus 148. We could do what we did with this last game, Nick. I'm down for a Milwaukee Brewers and the under, because I could easily see this one being a 3-1 Brewers win.
I'm not particularly interested in the Brewers. That's just me, though. I would lean Dodgers actually in this game.
All right, this one will probably just stay off the site. I lean towards the Brewers. I kind of like the Brewers today.
Fair.
What's wrong with the Mets? Been avoiding taking their side. They suck. There you go. They suck. Pass. Fair. We'll jump into this game, Nick, which I actually like this game.
We have the Miami Marlins and the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks minus 140 favorites in this game, total 8.5. Once again, a line movement towards the under here, but also minus 151 is where this line opened up. It's now minus 139, so a 12-cent line movement towards the fish in this game. Line opened up at a 9.5. It's down to an 8.5, so the line's moved towards the under. As we have 66% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is on the fish in this game, and the line's moved towards the fish. Makes sense. It's Edward Cabrera, which everybody loves to back. And then we have 93% of the tickets and 96% of the cash is on the over. The line's moved down half a run. I think I'm going to land right on another under here, Tim. A little bit of travel day, early baseball unders is kind of where I'm thinking for this. Let's take a look what these two pitchers have done. Cabrera has not been the greatest. 2-3 with a 4.78 ERA, 1.66 WHIP. He's coming in off an appearance against the Chicago Cubs where he gave up 3 earned runs on 5 hits and 5 innings pitched. He's given up at least 2 earned runs in every start, and it's usually been 2, other than 2 starts where he gave up 3 and 4. So it's mainly you can pencil in the him for 2 earned runs. And on the other side, Merrill Kelly has been awesome. 3 of the last 4 games, he's given up 1 earned run or 1 earned run. He did give up 4 earned runs against the Padres, but 1 earned run against the Nationals, the Rockies, and the Cardinals, with the Rockies being in Coors Field. So he's pitched pretty well. Kind of interested to see what Edward Cabrera's advanced numbers are, to see if he's somebody we should expect to regress positively, or if he's somebody who we should see, slight. We should see slight improvements from him. Nothing crazy, but I think I'm gonna land right on another under here. First 5 under, 4.5 for me here in this game.
Can I interest you in threading the needle?
With the fish?
No, under 8.5 and the Diamondbacks run line. I don't trust Edward Cabrera, and Merrill Kelly is one of the 2 guys on this pitching staff that I really like to back. He's been absolutely solid this year. He only gave it up 3 or more in 2 starts, and that was against Milwaukee and against San Diego. Other than that, he had a shortened start, but 2 earned runs, 1 earned run, 1 earned run, 1 earned run. He's been absolutely solid. And I think this is a 4-1 Diamondbacks win. So I like the Diamondbacks on the run line. I like that one even more than the under. But would you be interested in threading the needle?
I think this is very similar to the Milwaukee game where I actually lean fish in this game. I almost bet Miami, to be completely honest. I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, if they had one of the better pitchers, that's fine. I'll grab your under, whatever. Under 8.5 at plus 105. Go back to the chat.
First 5 under, yes. First 5 under. I have to get back to work. O's, Nationals, first 5. Orioles, full game money line. Good luck.
Yep.
We'll move on, though. We have the Texas Rangers and the Seattle Mariners. Mariners minus 185 favorites with a total 7.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line movement in this one here, as we have Dane Dunning and Luis Castillo. This line opened up at minus 171, and it's gone up to 182, so an 11-cent line movement towards the Mariners. The line opened up at 7.5. It did dip down to a 7, but it's gone back up to 7.5, and the line's moved towards the over. So since the opening line move, it's moved 13 cents towards the over, even though it did originally dip down to 7. We have 69% of the tickets, 82% of the cashes on the Seattle Mariners, 44% of the tickets, 71% of the cashes on the spread for the Mariners, 51% of the tickets, 67% of the cashes on the over. Kind of thinking the Mariners score some runs against Dane Dunning here. Initial thoughts. And let's take a look at what these pitchers have done so far this season. I think Dane Dunning has thrown twice. No, okay. He's mainly most he's gone is 5 innings. He did stretch out to 5 innings last game, but he has not been somebody who goes deep into games. But he's been pretty decent. Off of his last start, no earned runs, 2 hits, 5 innings pitched. Previous to that, though, the furthest he's gone in a game is 4 1/3, where he gave up no earned runs on 1 hit against the Royals. And I don't know what we're going to exactly get from Dane Dunning. On the other side, Luis Castillo has been awesome. 2-0 with a 2.38 ERA. He's coming in off a start where he got hit a little bit against the Astros. Gave up 4 runs on 5 hits, but he started off the year really strong. He's given up 2 or more earned runs and only 2 starts, and that was against the Cardinals and the Astros. 4 of his first 5 starts, he didn't give up a single run. Actually, 3 of his first 4 starts, one of the ones that it shows a bunch of zeros here for was a game he didn't even throw a pitch. But he's been really solid this year, Luis Castillo. I kind of think that the Mariners are a decent look in this game. What can we get for them here? And what does their bullpen look like real quick? compared to the Rangers. The Mariners, the last 30 days, have the number one bullpen according to XFIP, 2.93, and it's not particularly close. The next one's 2.42 or 3.42. And the Rangers bullpen is 29th. So I would definitely want to play the Mariners in the full game here in this spot. It is, let's take a look. Minus 182 plus 114. So I don't think we're going to get a great line here for the run for the -1 line. This one, type it in American odds here. Minus 132 for the -1 line. I'm kind of interested in moving on the the Mariners here. I'm -1 on the -130 for -134.
Yeah, I like the Mariners, and I don't like to play the -1s. Run line's plus 119. I think you can go there. This is a Seattle spot. It's Luis Castillo. I have a Cy Young ticket on him. When I see the guys that I like, I'm going to back the guys that I like. And Luis Castillo is one of those big pitchers that I really like to back. Dane Dunning and this Texas bullpen has been awful. There's no chance I'm backing them. So when it comes to it, I think you're going to see, and you're starting to see a little bit of a run by those Seattle Mariners. They're back up to even 500 after a rough start to the year. Which, going through, there's a lot of good teams having really rough starts to the year. So 18-18, that's fine for right now. I think they have a big run. I still think Seattle wins the division. I think they're good enough. They just need a bat or two at the deadline. But Luis Castillo is going to be one of the big reasons why I think this is a 4-1 Seattle win. Seattle run line, 100%.
Yep. I'll move on in here. It could be Seattle Mariners -1, -132.
Let's take the run line, you wimp. Anyways, pass. And a thinking face. What up, Ice X? Let's head to this beauty.
Yeah, we have the Washington Nationals and the San Francisco Giants here in this one here. The Giants $1.50 favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. Josiah Gray on the road against Sean Manaea. Line opened up at -161, and it's moved a whole 1 cent towards the San Francisco Giants. One cent. Total opened up at an 8.5. It got up to a 9, and now it's back down to an 8.5. We have 55% of the tickets, 83% of the cash is on the Nationals in this game. Line's moved a penny towards the Giants. And we have 88% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the over in this game. Line got up to an 8, got up to a 9, back down to an 8.5. I'm kind of staying off this game. This looks like a super tricky game for me, and I really have no interest in it.
I kind of lean Nationals in this game. When it comes to it, I like Josiah Gray. He's one of the couple of guys on this Nationals team that I'm willing to back. He's only allowed 3 or more earned runs twice. One was last game, and the other was the first game of the year. He's pitching quite well, only 13 runs in 38 innings. And yes, the Giants have played well, but I don't like Sean Manaea. Ever since he left Oakland, he just seems off. I like Washington in this game, and you can get some plus money with them. What can I get for them in terms of that? Washington 140, 149. I can get plus 149 for the Nationals. I think that's where I want to go.
Good luck.
Do you have any interest in backing Josiah Gray?
I have no interest in this game.
All right, cool. I'm gonna back the Nationals, and I'll put it up at plus 149.
Sure.
Go through the chat.
Morning, fellas. Jokic, another triple-double. He's incredible. Yeah.
MVP. What?
Josiah has been solid, too. Yes, he has.
Yes.
I guess I got a Giants again.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Pass. We'll move on here. A game that I felt like I had a really strong read on yesterday that I didn't put a dime on because I leaned Phillies and over yesterday, and of course they both hit. I didn't bet either of them, but let's get into it. Philadelphia Phillies and the Toronto Blue Jays. This game's a pick 'em. We get a really solid pitching matchup in this one here between Kevin Gausman and Zach Wheeler. Line opened up at minus 115 for the Philadelphia Phillies. It is now a minus 106, so a 9-cent line movement towards the Blue Jays. And then this line opened up at an 8.5 minus 120. It's moved down 22 cents towards 8.5. The plus, it's now plus 102 for the over. We have 84% of the tickets, 89% of the cash is on the Blue Jays. Lines move towards the Blue Jays. We have 55% of the tickets, 58% of the cash is on the under. The lines move towards the under. So all this making sense. Let's take a look at what the pitchers have done recently. And then probably pass it off here. Both have been kind of underwhelming, it feels like. Gausman 2-3 with a 3.86 ERA, a 1.19 whip. Wheeler 3-2, but a 4.26 ERA and a 1.24 whip. So both pitchers have not been the greatest. Gausman coming in off of getting lit up and smoked in his last start, 3 and a third innings pitched, 8 earned runs and 10 hits against the Red Sox. Previous to that, he'd been really strong. Other than Gausman's just somebody who's either really, really good because he has 4 starts of no earned runs in 6 or 7 innings, and he has 2 starts of a 7 and an 8 earned runs. He's either really good or really bad. And we just got to figure out which one he's going to be. Zach Wheeler coming in off of a start where he gave up 4 earned runs on 7 hits and 5 and a third innings pitched. So both these pitchers could be in a little bit of bounce back spot. I want nothing to do with this game. I don't want to predict what Kevin Gausman we're going to get because if I back the Blue Jays, we're going to get 8 earned runs Kevin Gausman. If I back the Phillies, we're going to get shut out Kevin Gausman. I have no interest in this game. If I back the over or under, same thing.
I believe Kevin Gausman's been one of the better pitchers in the AL this year. Of course, I don't have freaking. Really? I may have to go over to Bovada for that. I'm trying to find the Cy Young props just to see what exactly. That's not really what I wanted to. Really? What? Okay. What? Oh, here we go. Cy Young for the American League. Cole, Ohtani, McClanahan, Castillo, Gausman. There's your top 5. If you like McClanahan, you can get him $7 still.
I have him for 2-1.
Gausman 13-1 to win the Cy Young according to Bovada, which by the way, link in the description if anybody's interested in Bovada. I like the Blue Jays today. I still think this is a Phillies team that's going to be rough this year. They had everything went right for them last year, and they went on the big World Series run. I don't think everything goes right for them. I think the Blue Jays are a good team. I think they're probably a third-place team in that division because it's so good. But I'm going to go ahead and grab the Toronto Blue Jays money line in this one.
Good luck. I have no interest in the game whatsoever. I don't want to back anything.
Went 6 for 6 yesterday on props. Took Jokic points, rebounds, assist, hit for 160. Nice. LeBron James over 5.5 assists. I like the Warriors tonight, so I'm not really trying to go after anything LeBron related. Honestly, I'm going over in the Braves again once a pitcher is announced. Is there no pitcher announced for that one yet? I don't. Oh yeah, they don't. They're TBD. Yo. There you go. How about them flying leopards? There you go. Panthers money line no matter what. Heat money line no matter what. I like the Heat. I don't like the Panthers. You're leaning Lakers? I don't lean Lakers. Or I'll tell. There you go. Let's head to LA.
Yeah, we hit with the Astros yesterday. Let's take a look with this game here. Astros, they go from being plus 125 yesterday. Now they're minus 125 today. Let's take a look at the line movement in this game here as we have the Astros and the Angels. Christian Javier and Griffin Canning. Line opened up at minus 110 for the Angels. It's now minus 119 for the Astros. 78% of the tickets, 82% of the cash is on the Astros. So that's what flipped the line. Line opened up at a 9. It's up to a 9.5. 52% of the tickets, 53% of the cash is on the over. So nothing crazy in this game to make us think why this line has moved. I mean, obviously the side, but I mean, line moves up half a run, even though it's a split here. Christian Javier 2-1 with a 3.54 ERA, 1.06 WHIP. In his previous start, he gave up 3 earned runs on 3 hits against the Mariners in 7 innings. And then previous to that, 3 earned runs and 7 hits against the Phillies in 5 2/3. Let's take a look at Griffin Canning, who is 2-0 this year, but a 5.31 ERA, 1.33 WHIP. So the Angels hit when he pitches. He gave up 5 earned runs in 6 innings pitched, got the win in his last start in 5 innings pitched, and an 11-7 win over the Cardinals. Previous start, he gave up 3 earned runs on 4 hits in 5 innings pitched, and also got the win in a 5-3 win over the Athletics. So they score for him when he's on the mound, which makes me think that we'll get some runs for the from both teams today, because Griffin Canning will give up runs. I can see the Angels getting some runs as well. I'm kind of interested in this over. It's a 9.5 at plus money. I think we get an over in this game. I'm going to grab it here at plus 102.
Well, if we're going to grab the over, I think it's going to be because the Astros absolutely pound Griffin Canning. So I would take that, and I would take the Astros run line.
The thing is, I think we could see Houston score runs, but like I said, the Angels score runs for Griffin Canning.
That's fine. I just
he's
think
given up 5 earned runs in the start and still got the win.
Then let it be an 8-6 Angels win. Astros win. I think it's a high scoring game, and I think the Astros are doing a chunk of that. This could easily be an 8-2 game, in my opinion. Because I like Javier. I think he's a solid pitcher. I like the over, and I like the Astros in this game. Astros, I would end up run lining it for a little bit more juice, so I can get a plus 133 instead of a minus 120. And on the road, I'm more willing to do that because they get at least 9 appearances, and if it goes to extra innings, they have the opportunity to win by multiple runs still. So I like the Astros run line, and I like the over. If we want the over, we put up both.
Like so it's either both or nothing?
It doesn't have to be, but I really like the Astros today.
Fine, put them up.
Okay. Go to the chat.
Yeah. Do you like the under 8? I'm guessing that's in the previous game.
Tigers under 8.
Oh, Tigers under 8. I didn't read that. Yeah. Yes. I prefer the first 5 under 3.5, but I don't mind the under 8. No, not Joe. Wait till they get back to LA in 1, 2, 3. Cancun for Warriors back in LA after tonight. I think this. I mean,
and then the Lakers could have a nice quick trip to Cancun after they lose in 5 to the Nuggets.
Yeah, I can just feel a lot of closeout games. It's fair. Why not Panthers? Leafs are. I have no interest in the side in that game. I just took the over. I think they lay down the sticks. I think they score some goals tonight. Clay 7 threes from tonight. There you go. We'll move into our favorite series, Tim. Two teams that each of us are high on. We have the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays are minus 115 favorites, total of 9 in this game. We have Dean Kramer and Jalen Beeks. The pitching matchup in this one here. The pitching matchup did change. So I think the pitching – I'm trying to find when the pitching matchup changed because obviously it did because, well, the one site I look at shows that it did. And also the line opened up at 145, and it's now a pick'em. I believe it was – I don't remember who it was supposed to be, but it was obviously supposed to be better here than –
I think it was a bullpen game and now it's a bullpen game.
Yeah. Jalen Beeks 1-2 with a 6.75 ERA, 1.44 WHIP. He won't go more than an inning in this game.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bullpen game for the Rays. And for Dean Kramer coming in off of a start where he faced Atlanta, looked good. 1 earned run on 6 hits, 6 innings pitched. They won that game 9-4. Previous to that, he gave up 5 and 4 in his 2 previous starts. Here's the thing with Dean Kramer here, Tim. It's either he gives up 0, 1, or 4. 4 plus. He's gone. This is his start so far, starting from the first start up to most recent. 5, 4, 4, 0, 4, 5, 1. It's either he's really good or he's not. There's really no in between. There's no 2 or 3 earned runs. No, it's if he gives up multiple, it's going to be 4 or 5 runs. I really don't have an interest in this game. I don't think we can really look at the line movement because pitching change, and I have no interest in betting this game. We're not betting the Orioles on the side.
I like the Orioles. It is what it is. I know. Trust me, Nick. When I saw the series, I knew nothing was going up on the site for it besides the under yesterday. I think the Orioles are still a really. I really like the Orioles this year. I really do. They're already off to a pretty good start, 23-13, 10-5 at home. So if I'm gonna. This was a series. If this was in Tampa Bay, I would be a little bit less. Well, no, I would be a little bit more likely to try to go after Tampa Bay, after Baltimore, because you're getting bigger plus money. But Baltimore, and now it's a pick'em price against the best team in the league. I think Baltimore takes the series. Right? They don't play tomorrow, right? No, they do not. There's 6 baseball games tomorrow. Oof.
Oh, nice.
I like the Orioles, but I always like the Orioles, so that's not really that fair.
You know, I wouldn't mind the Orioles playing playing well for a little bit longer here, because it's starting to get within. It's still not a playable price, but it's now you can get them to make the playoffs at plus 150 or to miss the playoffs at minus 180. If I can get that down to like a minus 125, minus 130, I'll grab them to miss the playoffs. Because I still
I don't want to hear it.
I still think the Rays are a better team. I still think the Yankees are a better team. I still think the Blue Jays are a better team.
You're a hater. First 500 again, sure. Panthers game looks like a trap. Panthers should be at least minus 150. Not why minus 1. No, it's even money. Aren't they even money today? Yeah. We'll head to this game, which has been very frustrating.
Yeah. Do we have to talk about this team? I really don't feel like. I'm just kidding. We have the Mets and the Reds here in this one here. I think the most frustrating part about this team's right now is I didn't re-bet the freaking Reds yesterday after the pitching change. I'm mad about that. But that's beyond the point. Mets, Reds here. Justin Verlander and Hunter Green, your pitching matchup. Line opened up at minus 171. It's dropped to a minus 144. So a massive line move towards the Cincinnati Reds in this game. Line opened up at a 9 even money. It's a 9 minus 115. Let's take a look at where the money is coming on this game here. 49% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on the Mets. Money line, 51% of the tickets, 62% of the cash is on the Reds spread. And 68% of the tickets, 69% of the cash is on the over. The lines move 15 cents towards the over. I think I'm going to go right back to what I've been trying to do lately, and that's just fade the Mets. And this line being a minus 144 for the Mets against the Reds should tell you everything you need to know. Give me the Cincinnati Reds first 5 innings plus 140. Pretty plain and simple here. I'll back Hunter Green and I'll fade the Mets.
I would have, but I don't think the price isn't. Wow, it's actually dropped a lot more. I don't think the price is worth it. Although I like Hunter Green. Verlander, after giving up those 2 home runs, was solid against Detroit. It's just hard for me to fade that right now. I'm not going after the Mets. Trust me. I'm not touching this game in general. The Mets have been very frustrating to watch. They've lost 8 out of their last 10. They're 2 games under 500. But I will say I'm not worried at all. Nick, the two teams that made the World Series last year, 18-18 and 17-19. The Cardinals, who made the playoffs last year, 13-24. The Padres, who are supposed to be this big team, only 2 games over 500. You look at some of these. Seattle made the playoffs last year, even 500. Yankees won the division, was one of the best teams there, 20-17. Guardians, the one that won the division last year, 17-19. It's still very early in the season.
It is very early, but this is kind of what I'm thinking.
A lot of good teams from last year are not starting well. I think the only team that has really started well that made the playoffs last year was the Braves.
And the Rays.
Yeah. But those are the
here,
only 2 teams that I could say, you know what? And you know what? Toronto started pretty good. They're 6 games over 500. Dodgers are now 7 games over 500. So they're there as well. Not a lot of good teams are playing well. And you're getting some surprising teams. Minnesota's up there, although they're only 2 games in front of the Guardians. Baltimore's up there. They're looking good. Texas is up there. That's not going to stay. Angels are up there. That's not going to stay. Pittsburgh's up there. That's not going to stay. Milwaukee's up there. That's not going to. Like, you can look at a lot of these teams that are doing really well right now. A lot of them are going to drop out. Take the standings now for a grain of salt. But this is a Mets team that not looking good right now. Looking good.
See, I kind of disagree because this is my thought process right now.
We just showed you the NL East standings. You don't need me to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. The NL East is over. That's right. It's a wrap. No one is touching the Braves. Tweet me the hate all you want about the jinx. Nonsense. The Braves will be National League Eastern Division champs, and I don't even think the Mets are going to challenge them.
It's over.
It's over. The NL East is over.
I like both hockey games to go over the total. Yeah,
I don't mind that. Yeah,
under 5. I can't see I can't take an under in a Mets game right now. Their pitching has been awful. Let's roll.
Yeah, St. Louis Cardinals are at the Chicago Cubs here. Pick them in this game with a total of 7.5 in this spot. And is it just me, or is it starting to feel like we may see a little bit of a run out of the St. Louis Cardinals? I think potentially we can start to see them start to win games. Not saying they're going to be good, but I feel like this team is going to eventually click. Line opened up at plus 115. It's now minus 110. So a 25-cent line movement towards the Redbirds here in this game. And 81% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the Cubs. And the lines move towards the Cardinals. 73% of the tickets, 69% of the cash is on the over. And the line has gone from a 7.5 minus 108 to a 7.5 plus 103. So lines move towards the under as well. Jordan Montgomery and Justin Steele, your pitching matchup here in this one. The man of steel for the Cubbies. Let's take a look at what these two teams have done, or these two pitchers have done. Montgomery, 2-4 with a 3.29 ERA, 1.22 whip. Is it sad to think he's the ace on this staff? But the last 3 starts have been good for him. No one runs on 5 hits 3 starts ago against the Giants. 1 earned run on 5 hits in 6 2/3 against the Dodgers. 2 earned runs and 6 hits in 6 innings pitched against the Tigers. So he has pitched well recently. Justin Steele, 5-0 with a 1.45 ERA. He's been awesome this year. And he's not given up more than 2 earned runs in any start this year. 2 is the highest, and he's hit that twice. So granted, he's faced Milwaukee, Texas, LA, Oakland, San Diego, Miami twice. So not the greatest of hitting teams. A couple of decent hitting teams in there, but not the greatest. I'm kind of thinking the Cardinals here. I'm kind of thinking Cardinals. And let's take a look where their bullpens rank. Because St. Louis is number 6 the last 30 days, according to XFIP. Cubs are 8th. I'm kind of thinking maybe taking the first 5 innings here with the Cardinals at minus 115. That's where I'm going to go with this one. Cardinals first 5, minus 115.
Yeah, I've backed the Cubs this entire series. So I'm not – I feel like I can't back the Cardinals today. Because if I do that, that'll be the one game the Cubs win. And I would say, hey, Cardinals going for the sweep, go after them. I can't. I can't. If I was on them, sure. I've been on the Cubs the last 2 games. So unfortunately, the side is kind of off for me. It's kind of just a mental thing, as I can't back the opposite side after backing one side multiple games in a row. I know you'll do it.
And losing, right?
If I was winning with the Cubs
winning.
and then switched over, fine. Losing with the team and then switching over, no. If I do that, then the Cubs will win this game. I really like Justin Steele. Montgomery had a solid stint last year. He's been okay this year. I have to lean Cubbies at this point. But this is not going to be a game I'm going to get after. Maybe an under. The Cubs have been one of the best under teams this year.
Yeah, they've been a good under team.
All right, see you guys. Always remember LA Nation. All right, he's going after Louisiana Nation with LSU with the purple and gold. I know he's talking about the Lakers. Valdez had 12 strikeouts yesterday. Took his prop over 5.5. Easy money right there. 2 games left, Nick, and I kind of like this one.
Yeah, we have the Chicago White Sox and the Kansas City Royals. White Sox minus 135 favorites. Total of 9.5 in this game. We have Lance Lynn and Brad Keller. Brad Helen Keller and Lance Lynn. I know it's Mitch Helen Keller, but they can both be Helen Keller because they both are trash. Lance Lynn 1-4 with a 6.86 ERA, 1.53 WHIP, and we're laying a price on him. He's coming in off a game where he gave up 4 runs on 8 hits and 6 2/3 innings pitched. Wow, he's given up at least 3 earned runs in all but his first start. 4, 4, 4, 5, 3, 8, 2. Keller 2-3 with a 4.67 ERA, 1.82 WHIP. He's not been very good either. 8 earned runs, 11 hits, and 4 1/3 innings pitched against the Athletics in his last start. He got hit up against the Athletics last start. I really don't have an interest in any of these pitchers. Let's take a look at the line move in this one here because I forgot to do that. Line opened up at minus 135 for the White Sox. It's moved up 3 cents towards the White Sox up to minus 138. And this line opened up at a 9.5 plus 105. It did dip down to a 9, but it's up to a 9.5 again, and it's moved 11 cents towards the over. Since that movement, 83% of the tickets, 78% of the cash is on the over. Makes sense. 48% of the tickets, 54% of the cash is on the Royals. And the line's kind of moved a little bit towards the White Sox. This is a tricky game. I don't want to lay a price with the White Sox, but I don't want to take Keller at this price. I think this is a pretty simple stay off spot. It's a bum fight that I actually have no interest in.
I like Kansas City still. I know they didn't look good last game. I said they were going to sweep. They've split so far. I think they win the series. I'm not a big fan of Lance Lynn. He's been awful this year. Although, yeah, no. The best start that he had was game 1 that he pitched, which he allowed up 2 earned runs. Since then, 8, 3, 5, 4, 4, 4. What's stopping us from doubling down and taking Kansas City in the over? I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I really like Kansas City at plus money. I know it's an ugly play. This White Sox team is awful. Awful. Yes. Both teams suck. But I'm more willing to go after some plus money, plus 126 for the Royals in this one. And I would be interested in the over as well because I think the Royals put up a bunch of runs.
I think if I had to bet anything in this game, it's the over. I really have nothing, and I want nothing to do with this game.
Okay.
If I had to bet anything, it's the over, though.
I'll grab the over then just to have something in the game. Because I like both. I like the Royals a little bit more, but I like both. Go to the final game, Nick.
Yeah. San Diego Padres at the Minnesota Twins. The Twinnies minus 125 favorites, total of 8.5. I was reading the plus 115 there, but let's take a look at where this line is moving. It opened up at minus 120. It's up to a minus 125. 5-cent line movement towards Minnehaha. And then we have this line opened up at a 8.5 plus 105. It's moved up 20 cents towards the over, and the line's interesting line movement there. 51% of the tickets, 49% of the cash is on the Twins. The lines moved towards the Twins. We have 87% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the under, and the lines moved 20 cents towards the over. Tell me the over is the play in this game. Let's take a look at what these pitchers have done so recently. Seth Lugo, 3-2 with a 3.21 ERA, 1.34 WHIP. Coming in off of a start where he gave up 1 earned run on 7 hits, 2 walks, and 6 innings pitched against the Reds. Previous to that, he gave up 4 earned runs on 7 hits against the Cubbies and 5 innings pitched. On the other side, Pablo Lopez is coming in off of a start where he gave up 2 earned runs on 6 hits and 7 innings pitched. Had the nice bounce back start after getting lit up for 5 runs against the Nationals in his previous game before that. This line move toward the over is kind of interesting, I think. I kind of lean towards the over. I don't know if I'm going to get involved with this game. I think it's another pass, and this baseball slate does not appeal too much to me.
Okay. Okay. I like the pitchers. I like Lopez, he had a really good start to the year. He had his one bad start, and then he's back to his normal. And of course, it's our boy Seth Lugo, former Met, who also had a solid kind of thing this year. I kind of like the Twinkies in this game. I'd have to take them. I'd want to take them run line just for some plus money. And it's just me liking Pablo Lopez. Just because of his one bad start, I'm not going to go off of him. I like the Twinkies. I want to grab them on the run line. So that's something I can interest you in some nice plus 160.
I would just take the money line at minus 125.
Okay. All right, fine.
I don't see the need to force. I feel like sometimes you try to force run lines, and I don't feel like you need to do that sometimes with.
Well, the way I see it is, if I think a team's going to win, I think they're going to win by multiple runs. But I put up their money line. That's fine. Twinkies to end the night.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with home teams. I don't think you need to force that because you can easily see them win by 1 run.
You could. And I think I would be all right with losing something like that when I know I can get plus money. Because most of the time, that 1-run game is not going to happen. It will be a multiple run game. I'll either lose outright or they'll win by 3 or 4. But that is all the games for today. We made it through. Good work. Quick recap, pay some bills. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share. Do all that good stuff. Appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, picks and parlays, premium plays, merch, TikTok, ESP Shorts, and the EarleSportsBets.com website. It's all linked down below. Also linked down below. We're not sponsored by any sports books, but my referral code for BetOnline, Bovada, and sportsbetting.ag is in the link in the description. If you guys are interested in a offshore book, a couple other apps on there as well if you guys are interested in making some extra money. Recapping for today, how about some college baseball, Nick? ECU, Pittsburgh, Clemson. I like Toronto, the Maple Leafs. I think the Knights win the series. I think Edmonton puck line today. I like the Heat outright winner. I like the Warriors on the spread. I think it's a blowout game. I like Pittsburgh run line. I like the over in the A's as per usual. I like the Tigers today. I like the I kind of like the Brewers. I think they right. Is that what did we touch that game at all? We didn't touch that game at all.
We did. I took the first 500 in the Brewers game.
Yeah, I liked the Brewers. That's what I liked.
And I leaned Dodgers.
Okay. Lost my placement. I like the D-backs today. I like Seattle. I like the Nationals. I like Toronto. I like Houston, Baltimore. Nothing in the Mets game. Nothing in the Cubbies game. Kansas City, the over, and I like the Twinkies.
Yeah. In the NBA, I just put the hammer down on the Warriors. That's the only thing you need to worry about, I think, for the NBA tonight is the Warriors trifecta. First quarter -2.5, full game, or first half -4.5, full game -7. I think they win by double digits. In the NHL, I'm on the over 6.5 with the Leafs and the Panthers. I'm on the Oilers -1 and the Oilers team total over 3.5. And the MLB, Yankees, Athletics over 9.5. Guardians team total under 1.5 for the first 5 innings, and the first 5 under 3.5 in general. Dodgers Brewers first 5 under 4. Mariners -1. Miami, Arizona first 5 under 4.5. LA, Houston over 9.5. Reds first 5 +140. Cardinals first 5 -115.
There you go. There you go. That is everything for today. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. See you later, and good luck.